what you learned in school. Never mind what your parents told you, and disregard what your friends say. From now on, the only people you need to listen to are these guys. For the next several minutes, they'll take you on a journey through the political jungle. And when your journey is over and you're safe at home, they promise you'll be stronger, smarter, and just plain better. So buckle up, hang on to your ears, because your journey starts now.
From the Union Station in Baltimore saying they had a package for us. We went down to get it. You know what it was? It was a little Cocker Spaniel dog in a crate that he'd sent all the way from Texas. Black and white, spotted. And our little girl, Tricia, the 6-year-old, named it Check. And you know, the kids, like all kids, love the dog. And I just want to say this right now, that regardless of what they say about it, I'm going to keep it.
We're going to keep it.
We're going to keep it.
We worked for everything we have.
Yes. That's when he was being investigated for...
Except the dog. We didn't work for the dog. That was given to us.
A gift.
And we're going to keep it, damn it.
$18,000 in political contributions to his campaign.
I'm not a crook.
All right. Next week, maybe we'll have a good cloth Republican vote.
I think we had that last week, didn't we? Or no, we skipped it?
So. Yeah, we skipped it.
Oh, foreshadowing.
Yeah, it's Thursday, April 5th, man. It's April 5th.
Yep.
April 5th.
Yep.
We're in the Freedom Studios on
April
the 15th floor of the Patriot Towers. We're in Liberty City. Where at, Nate?
Uganda.
We both Uganda.
I think we've been in Uganda before.
We have. They love us there.
It looks familiar, the studio.
Yes, man.
It's
Do they talk like that, man? In Uganda?
I don't know.
I don't know
I've
either.
Never been there. Well, I mean, except a couple times we've been there.
Yeah, maybe we've been there.
But basically, I mean, Steve picks us up at the airport, and we drive straight to the studio.
Right.
They don't let us see anybody.
We like to get a limo, but usually we just get a horse and a cart often. Uganda's not really that civilized. They don't have limos there.
I'm sure some parts are, like the king. Probably has
the king of Uganda?
The king probably has a...
Are you sure you wouldn't have like a coach and four or something, you know, all gilded coach with his coat of arms on the side and white stallions pulling the carriage through the town square?
What's the value of the Ugandan shilling? I'm not sure.
Is that what they have, a shilling?
I guess they have a shilling.
Well, you look that up. I'll talk about the Second Amendment March, June 20th.
They have a calling code, so they have phones.
That's good.
June 20th, 2018.
From 10 o'clock in the morning until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And we're working on a contract with a large national patriotic band. That's all we can say because we may not be able to negotiate.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. It's hard to get Ted Nugent.
Yeah. We tried. He said that he couldn't make it this year because it's too close to his touring date.
That is true.
So,
absolutely true. So that was a good political answer from him.
And apparently he told our contact that talk to him next year.
And we will, like we did last year.
Mm-hmm, the year before.
And the year before.
He might be able to do it sometime.
Look, I mean, he's got bigger fish to fry than, like...
Gun rights.
Gun rights in Michigan.
Right. I know it.
He doesn't have any ties to Michigan.
I thought isn't he a board member of the NRA, or he was?
I'm not sure. If he is, that might explain it.
I never made the connection.
They have more important things to do than freedom over at the NRA. Except, of course, the NRA section that supports the rally that we're having on the 20th. I like them, but
that's the Michigan local group.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
But they're representatives of the NRA. Shouldn't talk bad about the NRA. Look at what they've done for us. I don't see it.
Wow, that was a moment of silence for the NRA. As I always say, they're more in it to play the game than win it.
Yeah.
Because if they win the game, there's no need for the NRA anymore, right?
Yeah. I remember sitting in a Coney Island in Flint, Michigan with you and me and Ben, maybe, very, very early on in Michigan Open Carry, maybe even when we were drafting
I think so.
the articles or whatever, and you said, Brian, what I really want to happen is for Michigan Open Carry, for us to put ourselves out of business. My goal is for us to do such a good job
we're not needed.
that we don't need to be around to try to fight for our gun rights and for freedom.
I didn't realize I was such a deep guy.
Once in a while you are.
And so great. I didn't realize my greatness until right now.
Nobody said you're great. Nobody said that.
I think you did.
No, I did not say great. I agreed with deep. Great. I didn't say that.
Okay. Now I feel bad.
Unless it'll make you happy.
It will.
You've been a little grumpy lately.
I have been down lately.
And burning ring of fire?
Yeah. I scorched my butt. What else did we want
to
say?
Hey, we're doing the show. That has to make you happy.
No, it doesn't. I didn't even want to show up today. No pre-show.
Yeah, I know. You know what?
A little banter.
That's true. We did not go live today because
I feel like
we didn't want to.
Was it Eeyore? Eeyore, Winnie the Pooh. Nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. I'm just going to go sit over here and smoke a cigarette because film are rated on tobacco use.
Oh,
I just threw that in there because I was having a cigarette.
No, look, I didn't know. I didn't realize that. You said I should have realized that, but I didn't. I mean, I guess since like 2006 or something, it's been like official. But
one of the factors they use to rate films,
is tobacco use and smoking and the context that the smoking is in, the age of the people that are smoking. I was listening to the radio, and an advertisement for some movie came on, and I heard it rated PG-13 for scenes of violence and historical smoking. I was like, what?
They have some old footage of some people smoking?
I don't know. The first time I heard it, I was like, that can't be right. It came on later in the day, and I listened close. Yep, historical smoking. What the hell is that?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's like I said in the TV show Mad Men from the 1960s, where all the people are smoking in the office and smoking in the delivery room and smoking in the room with the kids in the car. And
so
everybody used to smoke.
In 2016, 2017, there was a class action lawsuit brought against the Motion Picture Association of America, which is the organization that does the rating.
A lawsuit, you say?
A lawsuit, class action lawsuit.
I find that hard to believe.
That said, it was some guy that brought it on with a bunch of people saying that it was...
That's generally what a class action is.
Yeah, it was discriminatory in some way because they rated films in certain ways because of smoking. I didn't quite understand the premise, but somehow it caused him and his children harm, I guess because movies had harsher ratings and his kids couldn't see them because they were rated R because of smoking.
They were denied the opportunity to watch the movie.
What ended up happening is they ruled in favor of the Motion Picture Association of America, saying that all they're doing is giving their opinion on
the MPAA.
On the MPAA, giving their opinion on the rating, and so it's protected by the First Amendment. So they can rate a movie any way they want.
Right.
Turns out it's not a government thing.
No. It's self.
Which is good.
Right. But can't the parent take their kids anyways to the movie?
I think so.
So it seemed to me like
but I shouldn't be put out that I have to go somewhere with my kid.
That's true. God forbid we should parent. I can't wait until we have AI parents. Artificial intelligent parents where you have a robot surrogate. RX4122, take the kids to the park. Yes, sir. I'll do that.
Because do you realize that only like in the 80s and 90s did robots sound like that? They don't anymore.
They do sound like that now.
I don't think they do.
Well, they do. Well, this is how they sound now. Hi, I'm Alexa.
Well, some of them, yeah.
Ha 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 ha.
You take their hair off and they're just creepy.
One doesn't even have their hair on.
Creepy as hell. Yeah. They don't have the back of the head.
Now that looks like a 1968 horror movie.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know why we wasted much time on that. You said
I didn't feel
because
like
your
it was,
quote. This
I
is a
didn't-
quote.
I didn't feel like it was a waste.
Gun laws boost sales of guns and caskets. Explain.
Gun control is murder,
Okay.
and people buy guns when they're afraid that their guns are going to be banned or taken away.
I see.
So it's like a double-edged sword.
That's good. So it's good for a couple of industries.
Yeah,
Excellent.
absolutely.
What are we investing in?
Caskets
And guns. All right. So Trump says he's going to send the National Guard to the border immediately.
Well, that's what I mean. He signed a proclamation to do that.
A proclamation?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Explain a proclamation.
Well,
to me.
it just says like
Is that like a resolution?
which means it's nothing.
Right.
I
proclaim that we'll send the National Guard.
Okay.
I'm
Whoa,
sorry.
jeez. It's an
We're in the
official.
red.
We were in the red on everything.
Where's my drink?
Stuff's blinking. It's an.
Sirens went
By
off.
the way, you can't see this right now if you're listening live, but you're hiding your drink behind
Yeah.
the sign because on the video, which hopefully will be posted later of this show, but the video from last week,
Yeah. I had my
your
drink to the side.
causing everyone to have seasickness because
Right.
it's just.
Because the table is a little
the
wobbly.
table's pretty solid, but you move a lot.
Yeah, but I'm watching your drink over there, and it's moving. When you're moving, you move a lot too. You don't have to do anything. Look at it; it's just moving by itself. Spirits.
Okay,
So I'm trying to hide it because it was swashy.
Yeah, I know. What a proclamation is
Yes.
it's a formal way of stating your opinion or intention or your feelings on something, right? So there is some utility to it. Like I'm signing this saying this is what I really believe or this is what I want to happen, but it doesn't like carry the weight of law. It's not an executive order. But everyone's seeing this, that he signed the proclamation to send the National Guard, that the National Guard's on their way.
Right.
It turns out that's not how it works.
Huh. I make proclamations all the time to my wife and daughter.
And to me, and to everyone in the world.
It doesn't
always.
do anything.
So the National Guard, they have to go ask the governors, hey, will you deploy the National Guard to the borders?
And some said they won't already.
I don't know about that, but I mean, so basically what it's doing is telling the Department of Homeland Security, the Department of Defense, hey,
Start
your
working on
boss wants you to work on this, so go convince the governors like in Texas and Arizona and California to deploy their National Guards and or the National Guard and guard the borders. It happened, I think Bush did it, or it happened during the Bush administration. It was like $400 and some billion.
In this case, and I'm sure they can under certain circumstances. So can the Arizona National Guard go into California if California says we're not going to do this?
Oh, it's a good question. I don't know. I doubt it.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, I know they deployed National Guardsmen to like Katrina, from different states. That was
For
a
sure.
national
But
disaster.
I'm guessing like Louisiana said, okay, sure, we'll take your National Guard. I mean, I suppose maybe
they have to have the permission from the
which
governor.
National Guard is stronger, Arizona or California?
It could be like the war that Michigan had with Ohio
Yeah.
in 1835 or whatever it was.
And now we have that damn notch.
Now they have Toledo and we have the whole Upper Peninsula.
Right? Yeah.
They wanted the port. We didn't want anything up there, and then we found out, damn it, they've got a lot of silver and iron and copper up there.
We'll take it.
Turned out to be a hell of a deal.
Yeah.
And we took it from Wisconsin. The UP used to be part of Wisconsin. They were a stinking territory. Oh, it had to be after we were a state. Because Congress said, well, Michigan and Ohio are states, so screw Wisconsin. They're just a territory. We'll give them the Upper Peninsula. That's what it's going to be like down there. And then you'll have West Arizona.
Yep.
Central, you'll have Central California and Northern California states.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not.
And I would assume Central California would not have a National Guard because they wouldn't believe in that.
Maybe.
Lots of pot, though.
And they'll let everybody in from Southern California or
from
Western
West Arizona
up into there.
I hope we have a West Arizona. That just sounds right.
Yeah, it does.
Sounds like something we should have. I'm in favor.
They've got my vote.
I mean, even if Arizona splits in two like Virginia, and we get West Arizona. That's fine. I mean, they don't have to annex California. I don't care.
You realize that 90% of the population is in Phoenix and the area.
I don't care.
And environs.
What about it?
Well, the rest of it's mostly, federal land.
I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
All I want is to look at a map and see something labeled West Arizona.
Well, I'll work on that. I can Photoshop that for you.
Thank you.
I'll send it
That's
to you
all
tomorrow.
I want. Do it, and we'll put it up next week.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Please.
Well, what do you think? Do you think we should send the National Guard to the border? I mean, that's actually I think it's in line with your plan.
Yeah,
except they won't carry out your plan completely.
Not completely.
That's the problem.
But you never know.
They might.
Look at Kent State.
Oh, geez. Well, those were citizens, so
it's easier to shoot your own
exactly.
foreign nationals.
Right. That's my point.
Yeah, I think it's excellent.
Do you like it?
Yeah. I mean, if the goal is to stop immigration, they could do it in 6 months. And I'll tell you, I have a 4-point plan that starts out bloody. But Special Counsel Robert Mueller? Mueller?
That's what I hear.
Or is it Mueller?
Mueller.
Bueller.
I don't, whatever. Robert Mueller?
Bueller.
Okay.
Bueller. Tell me when that starts to get annoying. It starts to get annoying.
When he said it about twice in the actual movie. That's real annoying.
Robert Mueller?
I don't care.
Has told President Donald Trump's lawyers that the president is not currently being considered a criminal target of the Russian probe.
Again.
But they do want to have an interview with him.
Yeah.
And if Trump, which he won't do, if Trump was smart and took the advice of his attorney, you don't talk to the police.
Yeah.
But Trump will talk to him because he likes to hear himself talk, and he'll give something away.
Well, he said he would meet with him, and his lawyer said, no. You're not going to do that.
Good.
And he shouldn't do that. I think he thinks he's good. He's a smooth talker. He's a salesman.
That's what all these idiots do.
True. He is. But here's the real issue.
It's his ego.
There haven't been any crimes that have been, or nobody's been charged with any crimes that actually related to collusion with Russia. All of the crimes have been process-type crimes, which is exactly the risk of Trump talking to them. As he says something that's not true, all of a sudden, perjury charges.
So, maybe, how long have you been in the country? I don't know. Maybe you're new here. I don't know.
Uganda?
I don't know. The United States.
Oh.
Are you even a citizen? Because the thing is,
I don't answer
you do
questions.
realize that people that are innocent get convicted of crimes. That happens quite often.
Oh,
and in the interview by the professor that says don't talk to the police gives you examples of that happening.
Some of the prosecutors that are part of the special investigation have those cases on their record where people were in prison, charged, and convicted with crimes and then later found out to be not guilty.
All right. So,
no, of course I get it.
Okay. I just wondered if you just moved here.
No, but what I'm saying is the charges that we've seen so far have been process-type crimes, not actual crimes. They've been, we asked you questions and you lied, even if it wasn't on purpose.
They're a process crime, but they're not a crime.
Well, I don't know what you mean.
Well, is it a crime or is it a crime?
It's a crime.
Okay, good. Because you said it's not a crime, it's a process crime.
Well, I meant it's not a crime related to what they're actually investigating.
It doesn't matter. You still go to jail, or you still get fined, or you still get screwed.
But it wouldn't happen if they weren't doing the investigation in the first place.
Or you didn't say anything to them.
Right.
That's all my point was. You know, you look at television, and I can't stand it anymore when you look at...
Looking at it is the best way to enjoy it.
Like these crime shows that are on all the time. Name some of them. Doesn't matter.
CSI?
Yeah, any of those crime things.
Why do I have to name them?
They all are indoctrinating our citizens to go down and talk to the police, because every damn show they're like, well, we would like you to come downtown and answer some questions. You don't have anything to hide. Oh, yeah, sure, I'll come down and talk to you. Aha! They don't have to go down and talk to them.
So
And then afterwards, as a well, we better throw this in there because there's this thing called the Fifth Amendment and the Fourth Amendment. We'll have an attorney show up after the person has already spilled their guts.
They'll say something and then say, "Oh, I want an attorney now."
Yeah.
Like when they realize they.
But I think that's conditioning the audience.
I think it's reality, though. That's what people do.
It may be the reality, but if they want to teach. I realize there wouldn't be any shows, and that'd be fine with me.
No, there would be shows. Listen, my toddler, 3 years old, loves a show on Nick Jr. called Bubble Guppies, right?
Okay.
I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with Bubble Guppies. We've talked about it before on this show because of, I don't remember what it was, but a couple days ago I was watching an episode because I watch it more than she does. Probably. Sure. It's always on our TV.
It's good.
Something's on, Peppa Pig, Bubble Guppies, whatever.
Lettuces.
There were these, what were they, like the King's Guard or something like, officials, police officer. It was like a fantasy skit they were doing, but they were trying to get the Bubble Guppies had some, I don't know, magical thing, whatever it was, and they said, you have to give us, basically we're confiscating your magical things. And the one Bubble Guppy says, you have no right to take our stuff. And then they said, identify yourselves. And the Bubble Guppy says, we don't have to give you our identification.
Ooh, nice.
I was like, yeah, I like it.
Radical hippies.
Liberty. You can keep watching that.
That's a good show.
It's great. Oh, it's really good. I'm surprised it's still on the air.
What's the name of it?
Bubble Guppies.
Wonder if there's something clandestine or sinister or sub rosa about that name.
No, I think they're like little guppies that they float around. They live under the sea.
Yeah, but maybe guppies, real guppies in the wild, they don't talk to the cops.
They rebel against authority.
Stand up for their rights.
Maybe. Well, there's other episodes where they, the point of it is to show that policemen are good and that they interact with them and they're there to help you and whatever. So that's cool too. But this is at least the second episode I've seen that at least the one, Dima. She's blonde. She's my favorite. She's an entrepreneur.
Blonde.
She's like 7 years old. She's in kindergarten, I think. But she's the one that always stands up for her rights, and she sells stuff. She runs the shop. It's great.
So she's going to end up dead somewhere
if she keeps speaking out against big government.
Especially if she says anything about Hillary Clinton.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
You should see the Clinton fish on there.
Well, that would explain why every time we got guppies for my daughter, they always tried to escape the fishbowl. You can't hold us.
That's right.
The problem was once they got out of the fishbowl, the environment wasn't very good for them.
They'd rather die a free guppy than in a cage.
Live a life, a full life inside.
Give me liberty or give me death. And they got both.
God, you're going to make me cry.
Those poor guppies. Well, if you want to cry,
pretty deep.
We talk about the shooting at YouTube.
All right.
I think everyone knows everything about it.
How much have we made from YouTube?
We've made some.
Have we hit $1 yet?
No, we haven't hit it. But listen.
Okay.
This is the thing.
That's not the point.
This is what we're going to talk about.
All right.
I am pissed because YouTube did demonetize our videos.
Yes. That one actually disappeared for a while. That was weird.
One disappeared for a while, but it came back.
Yeah, but that was weird.
Terrible.
I think we got to stop putting guns into the titles and stuff.
No, I think we need to put more guns into the titles. Look, we
could actually put in there. This is a video about teaching people how to use guns.
This is totally anecdotal, but I have a few different Facebook pages that I run ads for on Facebook, and one of them, not related to politics at all, my ads get approved immediately. And then when I run ads for like our show, Ad Out Show, it takes hours for the ads to be approved.
Sure.
Because they get reviewed, and I think it's usually automatic. My guess is some of our content gets it put into the manual review because it says guns and freedom and nice people.
Yeah.
So it's anecdotal. Who knows? But I've noticed it. So
we understand.
I don't understand. That's a whole different topic. Because here's the thing. Okay. YouTube and Facebook and all of those places, they're free for you to use. Like, so to get angry about what they do, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to let you do anything, so get over yourself.
Or charge you.
But apparently she was angry because YouTube demonetized her videos, maybe deleted some. She had some pretty nasty stuff, I guess, of like animals being skinned and cooked. Because she's a vegan, PETA member, whatever, animal rights activist, generally insane person. She was angry about that, so she decided to go to YouTube and shoot up the place.
Nasim.
Something.
I have a cousin named Nasim.
Do you?
But spelled differently.
So, is she... Because I'm looking at this picture on here, and there's actually... Is she dark complexion with dark eyes or light complexion with green eyes?
She's the former.
The former, so darker with...
She's dark.
With dark eyes. And that's fine.
Beautiful woman.
Why would... So this was from Mashable.
My cousin.
Your cousin.
Beautiful, yeah.
Well, I think.
Oh, she's attractive.
Nassim was too here. One, but this picture you put on here, it shows from ABC 7 News a picture which I think is the original.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a normal person, whatever. She's a little dark complexion. Her eyes are dark colored. And then Mashable sent out a tweet where it's very bright. Obviously, the image is lightened up, and her eyes are green.
Very green.
Why? How did that happen?
Well, you made a suggestion that might be true. They used just a filter inadvertently.
Accidentally added a Snapchat filter.
But I doubt it. So I asked, how does anybody retain any credibility? And I think, didn't CNN do this with...
it was one of the
What was
big
his
ones.
name? I can't think of his name.
George Zimmerman.
Zimmerman, yeah. They lightened him up to make him look more, I'm going to say Caucasian.
Yeah.
But there's got to be, a purpose for that. How can you ever trust anything ever again when they do that intentionally?
Well, look,
and I never heard of Mashable, but it's quite big. It sold for $50 million a few years ago.
It turned out, and it was similar to the last shooting where it was stopped by a good guy. The media was all over it, and especially when witnesses were saying it was a white male that was doing the shooting.
Well, one person said, I'll eat my hat if it's not a NRA-toting right-wing conservative.
And we found out it was
hillbilly.
a liberal female from Iran, and just like, boom, right away, it's not the cover story anymore.
Not news.
Well, let's not talk about it.
And don't forget, no one died except her.
Which is cool.
Which
I'm
is
cool
fine.
With that. I'm cool with that.
It wasn't as bloody and gory as children being killed.
True. No, I get that, and it wasn't as bad as like the Parkland shooting. I agree, completely agree.
Right.
Because unlike some of the liberals you and I have argued with, 1 dead is better than 17 dead.
Right.
It just is
every day.
Just is.
So Mashable, shame on you. They took the image down right away.
Well, of course they did. But who's sitting there, though? I mean, who posted that tweet thinking, this is a great idea.
Yeah.
It's going to serve our purposes. Nobody's going to catch it.
Yeah, nobody will notice.
Jeez. They think they're untouchable, I guess.
Yeah, I hope they get disciplined.
Promoted, probably.
Probably. Good job there, Sally.
Get an office.
Because I know it was a woman.
How do you...
Just
it was an interesting...
Trying to be provocative.
It was an interesting thing to listen as, like, the shooting, right after the shooting at YouTube, all the media, everybody talked about the shooter and said he. I mean, everybody. Like, it wasn't even a question for most of the people. It was like, he came in and he was shooting and he was doing this and he went over and he was shooting.
Well, female shooters are rare.
Very rare. There have been, 2 in the last couple months or something like that?
I don't know.
I think so. What wasn't one of the schools wasn't there a female? Am I wrong about that?
I don't know. I can't remember stuff.
Should we just say it as fact and
might as well?
Either someone will correct us or they won't.
I mean, at least we're not real news.
704 female shooters this week.
Most people don't realize that
in Uganda.
Yeah, and not one of them.
It's a fact.
Not one of them used a gun.
Which
was odd.
It was odd.
Hard to be a shooter.
Odd. Yeah, well, different rules in Uganda. You want to take a break?
We could do trivia.
Yeah, I've been looking forward. Will it make you feel better if I pretend like I
care?
Like I enjoy your trivia questions?
It would.
Okay, Brian, I really enjoy your trivia questions.
Thank you, Nate. I enjoy doing it every week for you.
I like it when they're easy. Is this one easy?
This is an easy one.
Okay.
And as we're nearing midterm elections,
we are nearing that.
This question is somewhat related to that.
Just real quick, okay. Yes, I think Trump is orange because he has a permanent Snapchat filter on. He's like so far advanced in technology to where we're going to be in 10 or 15 years that he just has a living filter that turns him orange. Just a question by one of our listeners I wanted to...
Okay.
Okay, what? I didn't mean to interrupt your great question.
You did, though.
Yeah.
And now I'm back in my funk.
Perfect.
Who founded...
That's better than being in somebody else's funk.
Yes. Who founded the American Institute of Public Opinion in 1935?
Who founded the what?
American Institution of Public Opinion in 1935.
Oh, I know the answer to this.
I should hope so.
I don't.
I told you it was easy.
All right.
But I want his middle name, too. Make it harder for you.
Oh, so it's a male.
Oh! His or hers.
Or Z.
Can't they be both?
All right, we'll be right back.
Lock it in. And rip the knob off. Red State Talk Radio.
My Parents Open Carry, a pro-gun kids book from White Feather Press. 13-year-old Brenna and her parents spend their day in typical fashion. But what's not so typical is that Brenna's parents lawfully open carry handguns for self-defense. And the Strongs join a growing number of families who are standing up for their Second Amendment right and bringing gun ownership out of the closet. Order your copy of this unique kids book at myparentsopencarry.com.
It's a bumpy ride through the political jungle with Nate and Brian.
Believe me, if I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 877-219-8770 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 877-219-8770 to take your call now. Call 877-219-8770. That's 877-219-8770. Again, 877-219-8770.
Whenever I'm feeling a little down under, I can always count on Nate and Brian for their interesting perspective on topics important to freedom and civil rights by listening to the At Odds Show. Nate and Brian cover important topics with insight, intelligence, and of course humor. I can always expect a laugh or two. So if you want to be informed and have a great time, give these guys a listen.
At odds. The At Odds Show with the greatest political talk show hosts in history, Nate and Brian. And it's sad that they actually believe that. So give a listen because the delusional need love too.
Are you looking for some way cool t-shirts? Check out ChugDug.com. They have hundreds of crazy fun t-shirts like gun, patriotic, and you better believe zombie shirts. At ChugDug.com, you'll find quality shirts at a quality price. All shirts start at just $10 with free shipping over $50. Mention Radio 1 coupon code at checkout and grab a cool 10% off. That's ChugDug.com. T-shirts with attitude.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-755-9290. That's 800-755-9290. 800-755-9290.
Hi, I'm Brian.
And I'm Nate.
If you like the At Odds show,
and we know you do,
why not order your very own At Odds t-shirt sizes small to 6XL in a cool black color?
So support our show. Check out the great prices at chugdug.com or head over to our website, atoddshow.com, and click the link.
And unlike listening to our show, you won't be disappointed.
My name is Don. After you reboot your computer, you should listen to the At Odds show.
All right, thanks, Don. Who founded what?
What? I'm sorry.
American,
are we back?
We're live.
Who founded the American Institute of Public Opinion in 1935?
We had some guesses like Thomas Paine, George Jetson, Lyndon B. Johnson, Dale Carnegie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Were any of those right?
No, none of those were right.
Okay. Dale Carnegie was probably the closest in time period.
Not bad, yeah. This person lived from 1901 to 1984. His name was George Horace Gallup from the Gallup polls.
So he was only like 30
yes, he
when
was.
he founded it.
Now, this guy was bright. He was a professor, was in advertising. 1932, Gallup did some polling for his mother-in-law. She was a candidate for the Iowa Secretary of State in a long shot, and he used the information to help with the Democratic landslide of that year, and she won a stunning victory, furthering Gallup's interest in politics.
Wow.
So you should help your mother-in-law once in a while. Good things might happen. Didn't happen in my case, but in some cases it might. All right, this day in history is sad. 1951, the Rosenbergs were convicted of playing a central role in a spy ring that passed secret data concerning the atomic bomb to the Soviet Union.
Those darn Rosenbergs.
During and immediately after World War II. British physicist Fuchs was arrested in Great Britain in 1950. Under questioning, he rolled over. He admitted he stole documents while he was working on the Manhattan Project, which was the project that developed the atomic bomb for the United States.
Thanks, Einstein.
He implemented Harry Gold. Gold was arrested and informed on David Greenglass, who then pointed the finger at his own sister and brother-in-law,
Jeez.
Ethel and Julius Rosenberg.
Oh.
After a very brief trial, they were found guilty of conspiracy to commit espionage. The federal judge said, and I quote, their crime, I quote, was worse than murder, and said, by your betrayal, you undoubtedly have altered the course of history to the disadvantage of our country. And he sentenced them both to death. They weren't fooling around back then.
In the 1950s?
1951.
Yeah. Are they dead?
Most certainly dead.
Okay. By firing squad?
Mm-mm.
Old age?
Old Sparky.
Oh, yeah?
Electric chair. I guess it wasn't pretty.
Them, specifically? Or you mean the electric chair in general?
In general, but I guess...
I mean, they thought it would be more humane than anything else, and it turns out that being electrocuted, not that great.
No, very painful and doesn't always work.
Oh, I saw a new device that they're testing out that it's very humane. It's a claw, and you stand there, and it comes over and it grabs your head and just twists it off.
Yeah. Well, they had the guillotine.
Well, yeah, but this is a robot. And
Right, it's worse. Yeah.
No, it's supposed to.
It's called cervical dislocation.
Yeah.
Very similar to hanging. Doesn't always work.
Sure. Yeah, right. Right.
And if the executioner, the newsman who does all that,
yeah,
doesn't estimate the drop, they weigh you, and he has to figure out the physics involved of having enough weight to drop the length of the rope that drops to snap your neck. But if they don't get that right, a lot of hangings end up with the head being ripped right off the body.
But, I mean, it's effective.
And when that happens, they say, no, Doc, we don't need you to check for a heartbeat. We're pretty sure he's dead.
Oh,
yeah.
It's terrible.
So,
I'm not
you want to get a good hangman.
I'm not. Do you have to supply your own?
I think you do. I think there's a guild.
That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
You get ones that are approved by the state.
Look, I'm not a fan of the death penalty.
Oh, I'm not either. All right, so did you know, and I think you did, that the Parkland shooter did not use large capacity magazines? All his magazines were 10 rounds.
Really? So, like, legal in most places that have capacity.
Yeah, they will allow a 10-round magazine because they will save lives and are a lot cheaper.
They will.
Or a lot safer.
Just imagine, he may have killed 18.
Well, it's funny you should say that. The reason he used 10-round magazine because they were the only ones that would fit in the bag he used to sneak them in.
Wait a minute. So if he had maybe like a 30-round, people might have seen it because he wouldn't have fitted in his bag and couldn't have concealed it.
Maybe.
So, okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The bigger point was that there's anecdotal evidence that the gun jammed as he was trying to shoot a couple other people, and they said if it wasn't for being jammed, they probably would have been shot.
Yeah.
And then he apparently blended in with the students and left the building.
Mm-hmm.
And we've argued that. There was a sheriff's deputy somewhere that filmed him shooting and timing shooting 30-round magazine and 3 10-round magazines.
Yeah.
And it was like 2 or 3 seconds difference.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing, not a huge difference.
So it's ridiculous.
But the clear backpacks are going to be great because if someone brings all these, 15, 10-round magazines, you'll see them right in those clear backpacks. So that's excellent.
Kids are crying about that, right? You're taking away our rights and stuff.
Which is true.
But I saw one that had a piece of paper slipped into the outside edge of the backpack that said something like this.
Clear backpacks are stupid.
Yeah,
I think
stupid.
What it said.
And I couldn't see anything in his backpack with it.
Right. You can only see the outer layer of stuff.
And then I noticed that you can buy black Ziploc baggies, and you can get black containers to put stuff in, opaque.
And put them in
the backpack, so then you see these containers, but you don't know what's in the containers.
Right.
What a stupid,
of course it's stupid.
Stupid thing.
Of course.
I think it'll last, this semester,
of
and
course
next year it won't going to come. They'll get rid of it.
It is sort of unique, a little ironic. that like David Hogg and these other children are complaining that their rights are being taken away.
All right.
While they're up there advocating for their rights to be taken away. That's a little
Not
ironic.
only that, but constitutional rights. You don't have a constitutional right to a opaque backpack.
No, but I do think you have a natural right to an opaque backpack. Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think you do.
As much as you do to own a gun.
You don't have any right to own any backpack, period. I'm surprised they're even legal now.
I think I do have a right to own a backpack. I don't have a right to purchase one from somebody, but I have a right to own one.
Wait a minute. How can you own one if you can't buy one?
I can make one.
Blasphemy.
Well, not me personally, but Steve.
Steve could.
Steve could make one out of hemp.
Yes, he could. It's like his sweatshirt he's wearing is made out of hemp. That's why he's scratching all the time.
Yeah, it's not comfortable.
All right. For God's sakes, get a T-shirt under there. Do you know what the definition of an assault rifle is, Nate?
I do now.
Do you?
I didn't
tell
before,
me what it was.
but now I know because it turns out one of the largest online dictionaries decided to give it a different definition.
Merriam-Webster.
Yeah.
Commie little bastards.
Ooh.
They got to be. Who is this Merriam and who is this Webster?
They're from Russia.
It got to be. So conveniently, they changed the name of an assault rifle because all of the liberals were getting upset because when they were asked by people that knew anything about guns, they were embarrassed because there was no real definition of an assault rifle, and that it was military and rah, rah. So they changed it, and it says as follows. It's a noun. Any of various intermediate range magazine-fed military rifles, such as the AK-47, that can be set for automatic or semi-automatic fire. It's also a rifle that resembles a military assault rifle, but is designed to allow only semi-automatic fire, which includes, all magazine-fed rifles. My dad's deer rifle. But as of June 13, 2016, their definition was this. Noun, a gun that can shoot many bullets quickly and that is designed for use by the military. I'm never going to use Merriam-Webster dictionary ever again.
Yes, you will.
I mean, words
because you're gonna
evolve, definitions
absolutely,
evolve.
Absolutely. And so it's a mistake, and I've thought this for years. It's an absolute mistake for you to put the basis of your argument on something so pedantic as what the exact definition of a word is, because that's going to because smart people like the liberals will say, okay, fine, we'll define that word that you keep wanting to use, and now what's your argument?
Yeah.
So I think it's been a mistake forever that we've done things like, no, that's a conservative idea, or that's libertarian socialist, or that's not an assault rifle, because that doesn't. What is an assault rifle? It doesn't matter. I mean, we should be arguing about the ideas and the concepts. That's what really means something more than a specific word and the definition. But I will say Merriam-Webster, I'm using it right now, giving them traffic to I'm clicking on all the ads so they get revenue. They have little links down here that say assault rifle defined for kids and assault rifle defined for English language learners. So let's see what that says. I haven't looked at the English. So for kids, an assault rifle means any of various especially automatic rifles designed for military use.
Okay, that's
also called assault weapon.
Yeah.
And then, for English learners, it's a gun that can shoot many bullets quickly and that is designed for use by the military.
That's what they said their June 2016 is. So
yeah, so that hasn't been updated.
You haven't found it then?
I found, So, the regular definition is exactly what you read on Merriam-Webster.com.
Yeah, but the updated one is
the updated one.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yep. And then down it says see also, assault rifle defined for English learners and kids. Those have not been updated.
I see. So the English learners have the more correct definition.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should.
Language evolves.
I know.
But
assault rifle shouldn't be used. If you want to discuss semi-automatic versus automatic, that's a better.
But that's not the issue.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, the anti-gun people just want a scary term that they can use, that they can include anything they want in it.
Did you see Louder with Crowder?
I have seen it before.
Have you seen the one
Remember
where
when he got punched?
No, but did you see the recent one where he has a bunch of guns laid out on a table?
That's not recent.
From handguns. Yeah, oh, no, old. It wasn't. It was before the election, because they're talking about voting for Hillary.
Yep.
And every one of them, that wood one, that wood hunting one, that's okay.
That one's okay.
And it's a 30-06, and it's much more powerful than the AK.
Well, I mean, I think
even the 22, they went, oh, that's too scary.
What is it? Is it the Ruger, the mini ranch? Is there the mini?
There's
the mini 14?
Carbine.
It's the exact same gun.
Right.
You can get it wood or
black
assault rifle-y.
Black plastic.
Yeah. And everyone, I mean, you could put the picture side by side, and everyone's like, the brown one's okay.
Yeah.
That assault rifle-y one is not okay, but they're literally the same gun.
That's a better argument than the terminology, even though the terminology is in there.
Right.
There, it's a cosmetic issue.
Exactly.
All right. Do you want to talk about China pushing back on the trade dispute? We'll see what happens.
I don't think China has the power or the money to really win that battle if we were serious about it.
China imports a lot of pork. I was listening to a financial program, and
we're talking
it's like
about
30% of all the pork that we produce goes to China, something like that.
Dang. Well, there's a lot of people there.
And a lot of fruit and nuts from California go there.
Do they ever come back?
They never come back because they love
expatriate.
They love China.
You get it? The fruits
I
and nuts.
got it. It was
Okay.
clever. Wow.
Because there's a lot of crazy people in California.
So maybe that's why my 401k is down so much, because it really dropped this week when they started talking about that.
Why? Are you invested in pork?
I may be.
Okay.
No, I'm
Not a
invested
bit,
in
not
the
a bit.
stock market, and if the stock market and the Dow Jones goes down, my portfolio generally goes down.
Is that how that works?
106 affected products, including soybeans. That's another thing they get a lot of is the soybeans.
And what are you talking
and
about
chemicals.
now? I'm confused here.
They're going to start charging.
China is.
Yes,
on their imports
tariffs
from the U.S.
Yeah, and we send them a lot of soybeans and pork and wine and fruit and nuts.
But I mean, look. So we put tariffs on all of these things that we get from China and whatever.
I know.
None of it doesn't apply to the things that we care about most, like tech, like cell phones and things. So those won't really be affected.
And China said it's approximately worth $50 billion, which is what the tariffs are going to cost them. So they're like, well, you're going to screw with us, we'll screw with you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing: taxation is theft.
I agree.
So
and tariffs do not work.
And also, tariffs are taxation. So cut it out. So no, I don't want to talk about China.
You like coffee?
Mm-hmm.
I like coffee. You get the Black Rifle coffee?
Drinking my yeah, I've gotten Black Rifle coffee. I like the Thin Blue Line. That's my favorite Black Rifle coffee.
Uh-huh.
That's not true. My favorite Black Rifle coffee for our newest sponsor is no, not a sponsor at all, but well, I can't say it on the air.
Okay.
Caffeinated as F word.
Oh yeah,
That's the name of it.
Yeah.
That's my
well, you
favorite.
can go F, exclamation mark.
I prefer
asterisks.
I prefer Death Wish coffee to Black Rifle coffee.
Sure you were. Sure. I get a local coffee, Big B's, which is a coffee chain started in East Lansing, Michigan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I get the beans, and I get their breakfast, or the best blend or something.
Breakfast blend?
Yeah, it's not really called
Big B's Best.
Big B's Best.
Yeah. I get that sometimes. I get their French roast. I like their French roast actually. Used to be called Beaners.
It did, and
But turned out that was racist.
No, well, they changed it They changed it on their own, and I thought it was.
And there was not a big hubbub about it.
It wasn't before, but they didn't want to take the chance because they knew that the country was going
smart
down the toilet.
They were visionaries, not
political
like,
correctness,
not like those stubborn Redskins.
And it wasn't Beaners because the Mexicans are the ones that were picking the beans down in South America. It was Beaners because they were beans.
Were there Mexicans picking beans in South America?
It's got to be
interesting.
It's got to be something.
They're taking their jobs too.
I think so.
Jeez.
So, anyways, California court has ruled that coffee sellers have to warn people about cancer. I mean, just in general, does it just come out and say, hey, California people, cancer's bad, and we want you to get screening and tests?
There's something as part of the process or some chemical in coffee that in some trials was shown to cause cancer in lab rats or whatever it was.
I thought they used, I'd heard they used formaldehyde to decaffeinate coffee.
Everything in California has a warning.
Right.
Everything. To the point that really it's useless because it's like the Surgeon General warning on cigarettes that hasn't stopped a single person from smoking.
Yeah.
Ever.
And it's so ubiquitous it loses all meaning.
Right.
Meaning?
Ubiquitous is a good word. I was
surprised.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was a good one. I mean, you said everything I said in one word.
Screw you.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. That's all.
Oh, ridiculous? Really? That's the word you're going to use? I use ubiquitous?
Yes.
Now you sound like a pseudo-intellectual.
Well.
All right.
Okay.
Next story is all yours, buddy.
Well, I don't know what it is.
Personal trainer.
We got less than a minute. So
I know.
Let's not do it.
Gosh.
Well, it's the same. I mean, it's like the hairstylist. The personal trainer was caught offering diet advice without a license in a sting operation. diet advice. So she has a client that's trying to lose weight, and she says, you should probably eat rice and corn.
And exercise.
And they were like, oh, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous because everybody gives everybody diet advice, and almost nobody's a licensed dietitian.
My doctor is licensed, and he gave me advice. He says they found a cure for obesity. And I said, really? They said, yeah, it's eating less and exercising more.
Yeah, but they are licensed, so it's okay.
Right, they were fine, yeah.
All right.
I punched them in the throat.
Did you?
Yeah.
Were you licensed?
I was not licensed to punch him.
Okay, well, we're out of time, though.
You know what he said after that?
No. What did Batman say to Robin right before Robin got in the car?
I don't know.
Robin, get in the car. All right, see you next week.
Bye-bye.